I've had a couple of days to do whatever I wanted to, so I've been programming on this Commodore 64. It's dusty. That I've got the Super Expander cartridge plugged into, and I'm cheating and I'm using an SD card solution. This computer is running a fake SID chip in it. I've done some work to it a little bit. There goes a clip. Anyway, this is a game I'm working on, and here's a challenge, okay? So, I'm not done with this game. I don't know when I'll be done with it, but I'm going to turn the code over to you guys and see if you can finish it before I can. It's written in BASIC. Fix the screen colors. And I will slow down the listing so you can type it in. The only rule to this challenge is there are no rules. You can use an emulator, whatever. You can capture the screen using a smartphone, the text, and then convert it. Uh, but I'll list it slowly at the end of this video. There's a couple of really cool routines in here. Like, for instance, the title. I need to magnify the title of the game at the bottom. So there's a routine in there to do that. There's a routine to record joystick coordinates. There's a routine that will convert, let me see, it will convert the sprites over to data statements. It will also convert graphics over to data statements, which is pretty cool. If you know anything about the Super Expander 64, it doesn't have like a bsave bload command, and I think there is a routine in the kernel on the 64 that will let you save a section of code, or well, anything out of memory and load it back in. However, the way the memory is mapped on the Super Expander, I don't think that's available via BASIC. So I'm going to run the program so you can see it setting up. And the initialization routine can be sped up much faster than this, believe it or not. And the graphics are kind of chunky because that's less drawing I had to do. All right, so I drew the graphics in the sprite editor, and then converted those to data statements, and I'm just using G-shape to draw them. And there's the joystick is hooked up. Yeah, see down here, I've got to magnify that, and I'll change the colors. And anyway, I've got to do some welding, and so I've got to stop programming for a while. I don't know when I'll be able to get back to this. So if somebody out there can make a game out of this, let everybody else know in the comments below, or post it on your own channel or whatever, okay? Now I'm going to list this program so you guys can type it in if you want to. That's a pretty good shot. It's not too long. I'm guessing it's probably 150 to maybe not even that much. I'm not sure. About 150 lines long. You'll see line numbers with like in the thousands, but that's not. No, I'm skipping around in my line numbers. That's all the data statements. And And there's extra graphics I'll show you here in a minute in the sprite definition editor. Super Expander on the 64, it's very similar to Basic 7.0 on the 128, but there's enough differences where it's about 75-80% compatible commands. I'm guessing. It's been a while since I've used Basic 7.0, but there are differences. So, I mean, and you can't save a program in one or the other and load it on the other machine, you know? So, unless you're in 64 mode on 128, then it don't matter. So, we're almost done here. It's getting closer. Well, no, it's not either. There's a background sound I was going to use. Oh, we got to play that. Was that 498? Okay, now it's almost done. There's a few lines in the 5,000 range. I think there may be one 6,000 line, but that was just a scrap code line if I left it in there. It's not done, but it's got a lot of stuff you'll need to develop to create your own graphics. There it is, it's done. It's got enough routines in it that you can create your own graphics pretty easily, and incorporate them into your program. Yeah, there is an extra data statement there. Let's look at the sprites real quick. Let's see. 0 and 1 that's the cursor stuff. There's an alien. Body. Oh. Let's see, color. More stars. It's nothing. The moon. That's it. Okay. What was that? 498. What is that? Okay. That's the background music, or the sounds I was going to have in the background. Anyway. Uh-oh. So, the challenge is just make a game. No rules, if you want to. You'll have to type it in. I'm not going to... We're going to revert back to the 80s where you had to type in your own code for magazines and whatnot. All right? It's not that long. Come on. All right, people.